Okay, Mr. Rocky and Isa, come back again to you, my dear listeners. Now, Mr. Rocky, I will give the control back to you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much, my poor Isa. My dear listeners, it seems that today I have to interview. I have to interview, the man from from Tibet, from man from University. Al-Fitra University. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Mr. Rocky.
Subchan is
Yes.
name. But Subchan is his name, okay? It's very, very, he has a very good voice, loud voice. He is like proclamator. Yeah, I think that, how are you today?
I'm great, Mr. Rocky. Thank you very much, Mr. Rocky.
Yep.
And good morning, dear listeners of Radio Al-Fitra Surabaya. I hope everyone is all right today.
Yep. My dear listeners, I think that I have to interview him, connecting with our topic today, that is barriers are always close to us. And the word of today is comparison. Yes, Pak Subchan. There are a lot of people complain, a lot of people complain, most of people complain, God is not fair, if I compare, someone say that, if I compare with my life with the others, why my life, why my destiny is like this, why? Why is the same like before? I've been living on this earth for about 75, for example. And 65, 55, but my life is the same as before. There is no change. What's wrong? So that's why he said, God is not fair, Do you think it is a kind of protest to God?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Rocky. It's mostly people complain like that. If people are not satisfied with the life that they have faced. And of course, I think we have to be very wise, because actually God is Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. God is the most gracious and merciful, full of blessing actually. So when people complain, people always forget that living in this world, you must know there is sun during the day and the moon during the night, and there is a bad thing and also a good thing. And also there's a time when we are happy and we are sad. Actually, this is the pattern of life. This is the rule of the law. This is the rule of life. So if we complain, we must complain in a very good way, because God has given us certain space, certain time when we have our own private conversation with Him. For example, if for Muslim, you can pray in the night, privately, talk to Him, make a conversation with Him. And of course, you can talk every time actually. But if you want to have a private conversation and also a private connections, you have your own rights. At dawn, for example, or in the middle of the night, it's up to you. So usually we always complain because of the things that everybody always faces. For example, about money, about income, because based on the economic, the knowledge of economics, human being has three kind of needs. Number one is a primary need, number two secondary need, and number three is luxury need. Usually for beggars, for example, they have no jobs, they ask for money for other people, they cannot afford to fulfill their lives, so they ask for money. It's about the primary needs. Actually, the primary need is not about asking for primary needs like food, but it's all about life. This is how we respect among human beings. Yeah, among human beings. So don't complain, yeah. Because if you complain, it's better for you to go to the hospital, for example. So when you go to hospital, you are going to say thanks God because you are not sick. So go to the hospital. Yeah?
Every day, yeah?
Yeah, every day go to the hospital. Yeah, we have so many hospitals in Surabaya.
Mm.
Yeah, this is the way how to say thank you. Yeah, to say our gratitude to God. And number two, go to the tombs. Yeah, go to Kapute. Yeah, Kapute graveyards, and you will find. Yeah, now how many people have died already because of COVID, because of certain disease, and so on and so on. And if you are still complaining, go to the orphan house. Yeah, we have so many orphan houses in Surabaya, and you will see they have no father, no mother, no parents, no brothers, and no sisters. Yeah, so this is kind of comparison, because men always compare, and compare. Yeah, when you feel happiness, you never think that one day you are going to feel sad. This is the problem. Yeah. And God has said already, actually, man is created with full of complaints. This is the basic characteristic of human being. Always complain. Everywhere, always complain. Yeah. So that's why it's not good, actually. Actually, it's not good, Mr. Rocky.
You mean it's not good to complain?
To complain is not good, because that's why we go to the certain places that we have to compare. Is our complaint is very proper, or is it good enough when we complain? Because sometimes, to be honest, actually we are not objectives. So living on this earthly life, living on this worldly life, this is only temporary, Mr. Rocky. So that's why we have to be very wise. We have to know the two things as a comparison, right and left. We must know. When we talk about right, so we must talk about left. If we talk about happiness, we also talk about sadness. Yeah. When we talk about man, we also talk about woman. So this is the comparison. Yeah. Not in one side only. Yeah. Because there is a saying in Indonesia, Mr. Rocky.
What is it?
An 11, you know 11? An animal, big animal, in the front of our eyes we cannot see. But a germ across the sea, we can see very clearly. This is the answer, actually. Yeah. When you see the goodness of someone, you don't talk about it. Yeah. Even every day, even every time, and every single day. But if he makes only one single mistake, and you make the whole world know about that. Yeah. Actually, this is not fair. It's not fair, Sir Rocky. So that's why, actually, men not only complain, but also always try to be very subjective. So I think we have learned a lot, Mr. Rocky, from now. That actually we must say thanks God, thanks a lot, and hallelujah, alhamdulillah, yeah, because now we can still live in the new year of 2022, and we are still healthy, and we are also wealthy, based on our capacity, and even we have so many problems, as long as we can burden our problems, so This is natural, Mr. Rocky. So if you say someone like say always complain, my life is not good, and my my income or my money is not good, my salary is not good. So this is not the right way to say, because man lives in this world. We are the leaders. We are the owner. Yeah, actually the owner of the world, and we must find the solutions. Barriers, yes, and we must find the answer, that is solution. Barrier, solution, barrier, solution, barriers, ways out, and barriers, and then wise ways.
Yeah, I think it's a very long, explanation. But I think that someone said, you have been praying to God for many years, and why their prayer is not granted?
Yes,
It's
Mr.
not accepted.
Yes, Mr. Rocky. Actually, this is a very complicated one. Yeah. If we, for example, a beggar,
Yeah.
a beggar is asked for money. Yeah, it is a beggar. A beggar is not a robber. Yeah, a robber is asked for money. If you don't give, I will kill you. Yeah. So are you a beggar or robber? Because we are actually the slaves of God. Yeah, we are the slaves. Yeah, Abdullah means hamba Allah. Yeah, slaves of God. So we ask. Yeah. So it is the privilege of God to answer. For example, I give you the privilege of God.
Privilege means hak istimewa.
Yeah, that's right. So for example, Mr. Rocky, I'm going to give you an analogy. I send you with WhatsApp. Yeah. For example, today, and you don't answer until 1 year. It is your own decision. Yeah. Why am I angry? Yeah. Because I just beg you to answer. If you don't answer, it's up to you. Where you can answer 1 day to 1 week or next year or the next 5 years. It's up to you. Yeah. So we cannot say we pray at once and then directly God will answer. No. Yeah, no. It is different with the time of Moses, Mr. Rocky. The time of Moses, when Moses pray, and then God answered directly by giving salwa and manna, yeah, the food from heaven, yeah, food from heaven. And also in the times of Jesus, Isa Al-Masih, when he prayed, and then God directly gave him the answer. Yeah, actually it is Bismillah. Yeah, this is the permission of God. Yeah. So you cannot. So we must know. Yeah, the ethics. Yeah, we must know the ethics. Sometimes, if I, for example, today I won a cup of cafe, so I cannot make it by my own self. So I must go to the coffee shop or warpop. Yeah. This is the way we have to try. There must be an effort. Yeah. Actually, the answer is, Mr. Waki, only 2 words from your question, from your first question and your second question. The answer is, you must have patient endurance. Once again, you must have patient endurance. Yeah, patient endurance. God said in Holy Quran, man is created in a hurry. This is the nature of man. Man is always in a hurry. This is a problem. Yeah, this is a problem. Yeah. Because God has given us the clue. God has given us the keywords. Don't be in a hurry. We must have patient endurance. Until when? It's up to you. Yeah. Until God will answer your questions. Until God will respond everything. For example, if I go to, for example, if I'm a student, I will go to my headmaster. So if I cannot meet him, so I must make, for example, a letter to him. Or one day I have to meet him. So this is the way how to meet the headmaster. So we have to be very patient. Patient endurance. This is the answer. And we do not know about the time. if our need or our problem is answered directly, thanks God. Yeah, thanks God. Yeah, we are lucky. Or we have to wait, so we have to be patient. That's all. Yeah, this is life. This is not abracadabra. Life is not abracadabra, Mr. Rocky.
Right.
Remember the story of Moses and Pharaoh when Moses and his followers, they were chased by Pharaoh, and at the edge of Red Sea, Moses could not do nothing, and then God said, strike your stick here, the Red Sea, and finally the Red Sea was divided into two. Yeah. So now we cannot do that again. Yeah. Of course, you must use science. You must use a bridge like Suramadu now. Yeah, this is not. It's not a 1 day or 2 days, Mr. Rocky. Yeah, the research, of course, is done years by years. Yeah, the research and also the preparation. Yeah, so that's why now we have lost our patient endurance. Yeah, I think including me. Because you can imagine now, like for example, the American President, Mr. Joe Biden. Yeah. Now he is, I think, 77. Yeah. So you can imagine, yeah, 77. Yeah. 77. Yeah. So I think he is a very tough guy. So we must learn from him because he has a very strong patient endurance. So this is we have to follow. Yeah. We have to follow and we have to imitate. Yeah. Otherwise, this is life. Life is not magic. Life is not abracadabra. We must evolve to achieve our goals, and of course, it's not 1 day. Yeah, it's not 1 day. And remember the proverb in English proverb: Rome is not built in 1 day. Jerusalem is not built in 1 day. Yeah. To be a great champion of boxer, world champion of boxer like Muhammad Ali, is not made in 1 day. Yeah, it's not about magic, but it's all about try and try again and again and again. I do not know whether 100 times, 10,000 times, or more and more. Yeah. So people always critique, people always complain, but they always forget. We always forget that life is a process. Life is learning process. So that's why it's very long explanation, Mr. Waki, because a patient endurance is not easy. And for example, if you go to school, do you think if you go to college, for example, 4 or 5 years, and after that you can be an expert? Are you sure? No, yeah. You need to learn more again. You need to learn more and more again. Until when? Until the end of life. Yeah. Until the end of your time. Yeah. This is a life. So remember, when man dies, actually every man must die, but not the ideas. But not the ideas, yeah. But not his works. His works will be eternal. His ideas will be eternal. Yeah. Bung Karno, he passed away in 1970, but not his ideas. Yeah. And then Bung Tomo, yeah, also the speaker of Heroes Day in Surabaya, November 10, 1945. Yeah, he passed away, but not his voice, because every November 10, we are listening to his motivational voice. So that's why, Mr. Rocky, now we have to tell everyone that never surrender, never give up, and always have a very strong passion, endurance.
Yep. My dear listeners, it seems that there are a lot of things that we have learned from our guest. My guest today, Pak Subchan. I think he taught a lot. Okay, be tough guy. Don't be in a hurry. Be patient, and patient and endurance. What is endurance, by the way? Daya tahan tubuh. Yeah, daya tahan tubuh. Yeah, endurance. Yeah. So I think there are a lot of words that you have learned from him, And the most important thing, I just want to underline, never give up. Okay? Never give up. Don't ever complain and complain and complain. Okay? You don't tell your complaint to everyone, but complain to God. Is it right?
Yes,
To God.
that's right, Mr.
Yeah,
Rocky. Yeah.
complain to
So
God.
we must build a good connection with God and also with the human being as well.
Yeah, I think that we have to realize, we have to confess, mengakui, that if our prayer is not accepted by God,
Yep.
because there are still many mistakes that we have done in our life. So that's why I think that our prayer is postponed, not is cancelled, but it's postponed.
Postpone, yes.
Yeah, it's postponed by God because we have to think about it. You know, well, it seems that it is very, yeah. I know that the topic every week is different, so I think everybody has different. By the way, Pak Subchan, I have a question for you that is always come into my mind that now never answered. Sometimes we really want to meet God, you know. Sometimes that, you know, God give us a lot of joys, but you know, a lot of joys, and sometimes some people wondering, where is my God? Where is my God? I really want to talk with Him, so I want to ask for something to my God. Do you know where God is?
Yes, Mr. Rocky, because one day, Mr. Rocky, we are going to meet Him. Yeah.
One day.
One day. And I'm going to tell you something very interesting, Mr. Rocky. It's about our experience in the past. You still remember in 1980s, yeah, in 1980s, yeah.
Yeah.
At the times, most of the young people, and they had a very communication tool. We call it brick.
Oh, yeah.
Example, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know at the time or you still remember when the radio announcers, yeah, in the years of 1970s or 1980s, yeah, when you have a very beautiful voice, a very nice voice, yeah, and then we meet only during what we call during conversation, yeah, when you listen on the radio, oh yeah, this is nice, yeah, but what happened then, and then when we meet, and then suddenly, oh yeah, he is not a very handsome man. He is not very beautiful girl. The voice is very good, yeah, but not the man, but not the woman. Yeah. So this is also like God. One day, this is the most happiest. I think the most interesting time, the happiest time when we meet our God. One day, Mr. Waki. Of course, God will welcome us, yeah, one day in heaven, because in the Surah Yasin, in the book of Yasin, I think verse 58, God said like this: Salamun kaulam mir Rabbir Rahim. Yeah, Salamun kaulam mir Rabbir Rahim. So it is like song. I can translate it freely. Welcome to my paradise. Welcome to my paradise. God will welcome us by saying, Salamun, peace. Yeah, peace is the word from your God. Yeah, the most merciful. This is one day. Yeah, actually it's like a dream, Mr. Rocky. So you have to catch up your dream. Yeah. So because if you meet today, you will get bored. Yeah, one day you are going to meet. So this is about life. So remember also the story from the book of Genesis in the Old Testament. I think from the story of Joseph, and the Pharaoh. Yeah, I think also it's also explained in the Holy Quran from the Surah Yusuf. You remember, yeah? How come the Pharaoh? Actually, he is a very wealthy man. He is a very powerful man on earth, and because of the dream, yeah, he has a great barrier. You still remember when the Pharaoh always dreams every day about the skin cause eat seven fat cows. This is also barrier. You can imagine. So everyone has his own barrier, Mr. Rocky. So this is a problem for the country. And then Joseph can tell about the tafsir or the ta'wil or the explanation of the dream. This is the barrier. Yeah. So everyone's barrier is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry about it, Mr. Rocky. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Because everyone, this is everyone. Yeah. And we will. Yeah. Hopefully we will. Yeah. Inshallah, God willing.
Yeah, inshallah. Yeah, God willing, we will be the winner.
Amen, amen,
To walk ahead. Yeah, I think it's very interesting to talk with you. Yeah, actually there are still many questions, but maybe next time we can continue with a different topic that connecting with our conversation today. Well, thank you very much for being with us today.
You're welcome, Mr. Rocky.
So maybe next time there will be question and answer, so everybody can talk. You know, everybody can ask question to the keynote speaker like Pak Subchan today. Well, one day I will invite him again in different topics, so everybody can talk. Everybody can contact with our number 081234939390. Yes, I think that before you leave this studio, Pak Subchan, because you have something to do, yeah, and your program start around 8:30. Well, once again, thank you very much. What the conclusion is?
Yes, the conclusion, Mr. Rocky. So you must have a very strong passion endurance. This is not taught at school. Yeah. But most of the prophets, most of the very successful people, they have the patience, endurance. This is the keys. This is the solutions to face our worldly life. That's all, Mr. Rocky.
Yeah, thank you. And the most important thing that God will never give you, what you call that? We will never give you. The barrier beyond your capacity.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Rocky.
Yeah,
Life is a test, and a test. A test, another test, and another test. So that's why we have to be patient, and we must have a very strong patient endurance.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr. Rocky.
Pak Subchan, maybe you want to say hi?
Yes, my best and warmest regards to Pak Arlan, the father of the semester in Surabaya. How are you, sir?
Yeah, he is
I think he is the man who has a very strong patient endurance.
Yeah.
He is our role model actually.
Yeah.
Okay. And also to students from Al Fitra University and the friends from HPI Surabaya and all the happy listeners of Radio Al Victor. Hopefully you enjoy our English program conducted by Radio Al Victor Surabaya. And have a nice time. See you next time. God willing, inshallah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
It's a long
speech, Mr. Rocky.
Yeah, it's a long interview
with Mr. Subchan.
Well, we have to stop for a while, okay, because there are so many commercial breaks. Stay tuned on this program, English by Radio 711 from Al Victor. Alhamdulillah. Tapi kayak apa ini? Lumayan ya? Bagus nggak?
Bagus. Makanya saya itu kan mau ini, ngapalakin Pak Rocky. Hataman ini saya. Jadi tahu apa? Jadi saya hubungan dengan.
Kalau kira ngapal jauh jangan bisa ngapal. Kalau satu contoh aku iso hafal ya surat Yasin ya. Tapi tak terus ono gak iso. Cuma pituto. Yasinul Qur'anil Hakim innaka laminal mursalin ala siratim mustaqim tanjila jikir rahim lidunzira qauman ma unzira abahum fahum ghafilun laqad haqqa qawlu ala absarihim fahum la yu'minun.